I wanna go all night longer.
A couple rounds
Let's
going
go
down
down like
like
water.
water. I
Oh my god,
want.
Mason might have to cut that because I know my singing is terrible.
Wait, you didn't do it with auto tune.
Oh, sorry.
Tell the bartender make that stronger.
Stronger. I
I
wanna
wanna
go
go
all
on.
night longer. Cause I do this every night. Yeah, I do
'Cause
this
I do
every
this every
night.
night.
We're gonna clip that and send it to Sammy.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Press and hold the button.
Okay, I turned it off. Happy New Year! Woo!
Woo! You know, we haven't recorded since last year.
That's nuts. It's been way too long.
It actually has been a long time, though. It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks too long.
Yes,
What?
ma'am. What? How are you, Sally Bay?
I'm really good. How are you, Trisha?
I'm doing swell. It's been so
Swell
long since I've
because,
seen you.
yeah. When are we getting together again? When are we making that happen? It's been since like last year when I saw you.
Oh my god. It's been way too long, girl. We have to catch up.
We need to kiki.
We need to banter.
And we will banter on this podcast, Beanbag Banter. How is that for an introduction?
Cue applause.
Oh my god, it's like the worst thing I've. That's the second worst thing I've ever done in my life.
What's the first?
Putting Demi in tier 3.
Oh my god.
No, we like actually need to move on because I need to, in order to be able to grow as a person from that moment, I need to be able to put it in the past. You know what I mean?
Right, right. We'll let you forget this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Would you like to start off with your beanbag and banter?
I sure would. Let's pull it up. Okay. My banter is that I've recently discovered that out in the world, this wonderful space, this wonderful safe space exists, and it's known as Tate Latte.
Oh my god.
Uh, uh, how did we only go once? I need a Tate Latte right now.
So I fully went 3 to 4 times.
How? No, okay, I do know you guys went to Tate after I left. I did see that.
We also went a few times before. Not a few times. I went 3 times in total.
Once
every day. Once with you.
So yeah, discovering Tate and discovering that there will be a Tate right near where I'm about to move has been like a banter for me.
Is that everything for you?
Oh, what does Tate mean? What does Tate mean?
So we went to Tate after you left, and we come to find out that Tate means daddy in Yiddish.
Is that on purpose?
I think they were aware of that, yes.
Wait, that's everything.
No, it's everything.
Because they're so serious too.
Yeah, and they're
like
everywhere.
They're so seriously Tate.
They're everywhere. I got a pistachio latte from Daddy's, and I loved it.
With chunks?
With chunks. I got a chunky latte.
A chunky pistachio latte from Daddy.
I'm
Anyways,
tweeting that.
If you're in the area, I don't know what area, but if you're in an area, go find a Tate latte.
Do yourself the favor and go get a latte from Daddy.
My bag is that somehow my room doesn't stay clean. And what I mean by this is like my room will be really messy and I will literally spend an hour cleaning it, but I leave a bunch of stuff on the floor and so then it's still messy. But the floor is the home of these items. So I can't take them off the floor because they have no other place to go.
What are these items that belong on the floor?
My blood pressure monitor, my foam roller, a tripod, pajamas, a beach towel,
Okay.
my Nintendo Switch.
Oh, girl.
These items cannot go anywhere else. And even if they could, I could not. I physically could not make myself walk, pick them up, and then walk
And
to a
put
different
them.
location of my room and put them down.
I think they're fine just where they are. It's
Yeah.
okay.
But anyways, that just like is because I want my room to be clean, but that's just like it can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like the laws of nature don't let that be happening.
Right.
And then my bean is that I've planned a really fun day for myself tomorrow. There's only 2 stops on this trip. I might throw in a trip to Dunkin' or Starbucks actually, if I'm feeling up to it. But first I'm gonna go to Ulta because I have like over $100 of Ulta gift cards to spend from the holidays.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna like restock on all my products, try some fun new ones, and then I'm gonna go see the Iron Claw at the theater, which I'm
You gonna
really,
go?
really
You going by
excited for.
yourself?
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah. I will
That's so
say go to the
exciting.
movies by myself is a like when I'm like the idea that I'm like, yeah, let's go. But when I'm there in the moment, I'm so paranoid that I'm going to be murdered.
That took such a turn. Girl, you can't have that mindset and then go into a dark room for 3 hours.
No, I only get that mindset when I'm in the dark room and there's someone sitting behind me.
Right, right. So you want to be like that single person in the corner with no one around them. Right, because that's better. Yeah.
I don't know what movie. I was at a movie by myself. I don't know what it was, but the person behind me kept. It was when I saw Saltburn. I saw Saltburn in the theater, and the person behind me kept like getting up, and I was like, "Why are they moving around? Like, what are they doing?" And I keep having to like quietly like turn and look over my shoulder to like make
And
sure.
during that movie too, I'm sure you didn't want to look away from the screen.
To like, I had to make sure I wasn't gonna be attacked. I was trying to stay safe. Always,
Oh
always look behind your back, ladies.
Stay safe out there.
But yeah, I'm sure that won't happen to me tomorrow, and I'm really excited for the movie. I also do know that will be on my mind while I'm watching Zac Efron dance.
Okay, well, the movie's about like 3 brothers that wrestle, right?
Yeah,
So maybe you'll learn some moves. So if someone were to
some
jump
self
you,
defense.
yeah, you got
Wait,
something.
do you think I should take self defense classes when I move? Like that could be kind of a fun activity.
I took karate for a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What belt
I
were you?
got up to brown.
Nice. That's one below
Thanks.
black. Wait, that's one below black.
No, yeah, I don't know why I stopped when I did. Like I should have just kept going.
Girl.
No, I know.
Did you do competitions?
Like sparring matches.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like within my studio, yeah.
And did you win?
I don't remember. They were so long ago.
Oh my god. Did you ever I remember I did karate once and I quit. My last day was the day I got my yellow belt.
Yellow was right after white. Girl!
Yeah, and
What did you do? One class?
No, I did it for like I don't know, like a week or something.
Oh my god.
This was like it was like an after school program like put on by like the youth department in town. Anyways,
Those youths.
anyways, I did it and I remember moving up to yellow, like you had to give this like presentation and like of your moves
Yeah.
in front of people. Do you have to do
You
that
just
for
show off
every
your moves.
you have to do that for every belt?
No. It like depends. There's different tests.
What was the hardest test you had to do in karate?
I think like actually like sparring with someone in front of everybody.
How old were you when you did this? Do you have any
I was quite
pictures?
young. I'm sure my parents do somewhere. It was around the same time. Like I never really did recreational sports through like my town. It was always just like, oh, I had dance or I had gymnastics or karate, like things outside of the town I grew up in. Um, so I'm sure they have pictures somewhere. I was very young.
Oh my god, I would love to see those. I would love
I,
for the banter community to see those.
yeah, we'll think about it. We'll revisit that.
Did you ever like slice the block with your hand? Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, can you like is that like actually possible to do? Like how do you do that? Can you still do it?
Maybe if I tried. I
Isn't it like
haven't
you have to
tried in like years.
isn't it like you have to visualize the hand going through the block? Do you think I could do it?
I'm sure you can.
Next time we're together, could we practice?
Hmm. It's like one of those things where it's like, you can really bite off your finger like a carrot, but your brain tells you not to.
Mm,
So like
like
you
your
really
brain.
can cut like chop through it, but like it's all mental, really.
What other things do you think we can do, but our brain tells us not to do?
Strangle people?
You think we're all capable of murder?
I think so.
Wow. Okay, so when Trish is accused of murder, I know what I'm submitting to the police department.
If we go down, then we go
We go
down
down together.
together.
Um, no, sorry. Thank you for opening up my brain. Can we talk about that song by the Chainsmokers? I know everyone knows Closer, obviously, fantastic song, but Paris was so good. I have like vivid memories of like in 2016 that was on a playlist of mine with also I Don't Want to Live Forever by Taylor Swift and Zayn. Um and I just like those two songs always go hand in hand for me now. And also Paris is so good. Like
I think
so good.
chain smokers are on the same level for me as Imagine Dragons. Like who? You know?
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. Unfortunately, Chainsmokers music is definitely better. And I could recognize them. I was like a
Okay.
big fan of theirs when I was in high school.
So if they were walking right past you, you'd be like, "Oh my
Oh, oh
god,
for sure. Oh for
the
sure.
chain smokers."
For
Okay.
sure. Alex and
Cool.
Drew, yeah.
Right. Right on. Right on.
We go
Chain
down.
smokers, when you guys listen to this, hit us up.
I have vivid memories being in high school. So in high school, like right after their first album dropped, it was like the Memories Do Not Open album. It was like lacrosse season, so I remember I would go in my front yard and hit my like throw my lacrosse ball against my bounce back, listening to that album. Such good memories.
That's everything for you.
Yeah, it so is. I'm so sorry to have derailed this so much. Would you like to do your beanbag and banter?
Oh my god, I would love to. Let's see if I can remember them because I didn't write them down this week. So my no, I'll start with my banter. My banter is that I got a new journal and I'm really, really excited about it. Like I get into like these journaling kicks where I'm like really serious about it and then I stop and then get too comfortable with not doing it. So this time I'm really going to hold myself accountable for it because I did go out and get a nice moleskin journal. So I'm like, okay, like I want to use it. So I'm looking forward to that. Or no, that's something I'm already happy about. I already have the journal in my possession. So,
I totally get what you mean about that because I feel like on TikTok the last 2 days, or even like last week, like people getting ready for 2024, I've been seeing them like, oh, set up my new journal with me. So I get what you mean. I would love to journal too, except every time I do, I literally write about the same thing over and over again.
why?
Like it's just on my mind.
I feel like sometimes it's hard to journal because you set an expectation for yourself, being like, okay, like either I have to write this much every day, or I have to write this many days, or I have to stick to like a diary method. I feel like those restrictions on yourself make it a lot harder to keep going with it. Or like personally speaking, that's like what happens with me. So like I similar to you, like I'll start writing about the same things and then I could kind of force myself to like write about literally anything else to just kind of get
Mhm.
things down on paper.
Yeah. Um when we were in London, I remember like obviously I felt it felt like every day we were going out and like doing like new things and like seeing something new. So like so much was happening all the time almost. But I remember, and this was like around March, I literally got to the point where I was like, I can't remember like how long ago it was I did this thing, or if I did this thing and didn't just talk about it. So in my journal in London, I literally started like, it would literally be like 3 or 4 lines, but just like literally a list of what I did that day. It would be like, I got lunch with Trisha and Mason at this place. Then we walked to this place. Then like I literally started doing that. And sometimes I reread it. It's fun.
That is honestly one of my biggest regrets because I can clearly recall me sitting in the study abroad like meeting and then giving advice and people saying to bring a journal or like write a blog or something, and I'm
Hmm.
so upset I didn't do that. I just kind of like took my own vlogs, quote unquote, and like pictures of everything, but I wish I like wrote down like more on the daily because I would love to know what I did, April 12th of
Yeah.
2022,
Oh my god, after we stop recording, I'm gonna look for that journal and reread it.
You
I'll send you some
should.
pictures. I'll send you some pictures of what you were featured in so you can know what you did on that day as well.
Wait, you're everything for that. Head over to our Instagram. Maybe you'll see it there too.
Okay, once again I've derailed your
No, don't even
beanbag
fret.
banter.
Don't even fret. That was what my banter.
Yeah.
My bag. So this past weekend we went to go see our lovely producer Mevi in her new home. Woo! Yeah. Um, I burnt myself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, well, I told you this. I spilled hot tea on myself,
Oh, right.
and I was trying so hard to put on like a brave face, but boy, did I want to cry so bad. It hurt so bad. And well, my bean, or yeah, no, my bag is that I think it's gonna scar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
Wait,
I'm
that's
not
from
too
like
happy.
hot water?
It's from blueberry peach tea.
When did this happen? I don't even
Like,
remember this.
like it was worse before. Like my hand was bubbling and stuff, and it was all red here. But I mean, it's gotten a lot better. I fear it's gonna scar. So, so yeah, that's my bag. And my bean is that every January I partake in dry January, and
Mm.
I wind up uh, letting it drag on for a few months after. So I'm looking forward to that. I will say I'm not gonna count January 1st because like that day doesn't really count, and I might have already had a beer at the train station, but
You would.
the train was delayed an hour.
Really? Wait, that sucks actually.
I didn't get home till midnight.
Oh no.
I didn't get into
Wait,
my bed and sleeping until 1 a.m. and I had to get up for work.
yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was gonna ask you like how was going back to work today?
Actually, the most awful thing. I was falling asleep. I was very, very tired.
Yikes. I was tired all day too, and I didn't even have to work.
It was not really fun.
So what do you think about dry January and like your months after like makes you excited for it? Like is it just the way you feel or like what's the
I I
appeal to you?
do I do notice a difference, and as like shitty as the mindset is to like, oh, wait until New Year's and like that'll be your fresh start, like you should be starting like today. You know what I mean? Like shouldn't wait for New Year's, but the fact of the matter is that most people do. So I do hold myself accountable, or at least I try to as much as I can, and I do wind up seeing a result and feeling a result afterwards. And I always tell myself like I can keep going longer and I don't really miss it, which is true. But then it's always like the social aspect. Or last year, last year I was doing pretty well and I broke it actually when I was with you and we were at the Rangers game.
Uh,
And that
was
was
it?
like
That was in January.
no, I know. That was the I it was last year it was a dry-ish January for me because of
Gotcha.
but that was the one day in the entire month that I drank.
Ah, well, you're at a game.
Yeah. Yeah. So I try to cut myself some slack, but I'm looking forward to actually trying to wait, no. I already know it's going to be broken next month because we're all getting together again next month.
Right.
However, until then, I'm excited to hold myself accountable for that.
My New Year's resolution was to not eat red meat, and I had pepperoni pizza on January 1st and sausage on January 2nd. So 2025 is going to be my year.
Oh, Vay. It's not too late though. It's
No, I
not too late to
know.
come up with
I
something
know.
new.
I know. It'll be easier once I move because like like my mom cooks dinner for us, which is so nice of her. So I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. If it's something like I would like to eat, you know what I mean? So
Pepperoni pizza? Yes, please.
exactly.
No, she gets it.
So
She gets it.
maybe it'll be like starting like really, like January 10th is when my New Year's resolution will start.
Are you excited to move?
No, let's move on.
Okay.
Are you trying to
Hold on a
think of
sec.
something to say, or you're laughing at what you're gonna say?
No, I'm trying to think of something to say. I thought of something would just roll off the tongue. It didn't.
No, we need to. I know we went through our beanbag banter, but I think you might have done the same thing I did, but I didn't really put anything about our weekend in there because I figured we'd have a big
No,
Boston
no,
recap moment.
I think we really need to unpack everything with our listeners, and just go through our
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. Would
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like to start because you got there first?
Yes, I would love to. So I got there Friday at noon with Catherine. Um, and we didn't really have much planned going into it, so we kind of just figured things out on the train, which wound up working out. A big issue for us was our luggage, or sorry, I'll speak for myself. A big issue for me was my luggage because it was heavy and
Mm-hmm.
I was not having it, and it was raining. So um, I wound up working contemporary art. It was really cool. It was a really cool view. Um, Kind of just hung around Boston for a few hours until Mason showed up and we could finally put our bags down in her home. We kind of just like hung out, like went to the grocery store, came back, ate a charcuterie board, kikied. Not really anything crazy, which was nice. And then the next day, we're up and out. I'm trying to remember. Oh, we went to this bakery called Bakey, and they specialize in babkas. And we all got a different flavor. I got pistachio, Mason got almond, and Catherine got raspberry.
What is a babka?
It's a pastry that's just like it's just layers.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
fun.
No, you'd really love it. I'm sure you've had one.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
like
I need to look up a photo. Like if I see a photo, it'll jog my
maybe.
memory.
And then we made our way to the Museum of Fine Arts, which was really, really cool. Wound up seeing two of my favorite paintings there, which I didn't know that they were there. So
What were
that
they?
was one is oh my god, actually like I shouldn't have said that because I'm such a fake fan that I don't even know the names.
Mm-hmm. I
But
know. I get that.
I can paint a picture. One is like the painting of paintings. Do you know that one?
No.
Okay. Insert picture here. It's actually like a two-parter. One's like ancient Rome and then modern Rome. Maybe can you fact check the name? The painting of paintings, and then like modern Rome. Oh, that's boring. I thought it was called something cooler.
Panini.
That yes. Um, that
So
one.
that was Modern Rome by Giovanni Paolo Panini. Is one of Trisha's favorite paintings.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they can't hear her. And this is another one. I always forget the name of this one, but
Oh, I've never seen that before.
it's so
It's
gorgeous.
really pretty. Where's it? Where is that? Like, where does it a
Some
painting of?
a cottage.
But like,
Oh,
is
I
there?
don't know.
Are they they
On a
given a
hill.
location?
No.
Uh,
Or maybe it is. I just don't know. I should know this. This is actually really embarrassing. I next week I'll come back.
it's what? Oh, that's a
Yes.
Monet
Yes.
painting.
Yes. Ugh, what would we do without Mebby?
That was give. It's a painting of a cottage in Giverny in France, because that's Monet's. That was where Monet lived.
Yes.
FYI to the listeners.
And then after that, our lovely
That's
Sally pulled up.
that's when I arrived on the scene. Enter stage right, Sally. So I picked them up at the museum because I drove to where Mason lived. Then we went back to Mason's apartment and we chilled until dinner. For dinner, we went to this place called Beehive in the South End. Can we talk about Jonathan, the Uber driver?
We had a few funky Uber drivers.
So Jonathan, the Uber driver, I think he said he was from Congo. Does that sound right?
Kenya.
Oh, did he say Kenya?
No, that's John Max. That was
No,
Markson.
John Max is from Haiti.
Oh, no, who?
Okay, sorry. Jonathan was from Kenya. And one of the biggest pieces of wisdom I think that Jonathan imparted on us.
Yes, Jonathan.
One of the biggest pieces of wisdom that Jonathan imparted on us is he said, look at your hand. All your fingers are different sizes. Boston is the small finger, but people here think they're the mega finger.
The mega thumb.
So basically, wherever you are, you're gonna think is the mega thumb.
And chances are you're just a pinky finger.
Yeah, but
Know your worth.
yeah, know your worth. Everywhere is like a finger.
And all Vegas is everything to Jonathan.
Jonathan, sorry, Jonathan loves Vegas. I'm sorry, he would not stop talking about Vegas. He loved it.
Vegas and New York. Like, Johnny, if you hate where you live, why are you still there?
Yeah, what's he doing in Boston if he hates it? Sir, go back to the middle finger. So Jonathan, the Uber driver, so nicely in a 5-star trip, transported us to the South End, where we went to a jazz club for dinner, where there was no jazz playing.
But we did have a show. It was dinner and a show because
And
table
that's
next to
where
us.
we were charged the entertainment fee.
Oh, wait, that was good. That was funny.
I know. I was saying, girl, I've been saving my quips up.
You were saving it. You didn't say it at dinner, so you could say it here.
I did say it at dinner. Apparently, you didn't listen. Anyways,
Okay.
the show.
Oh, I thought you were gonna explain it. Okay, so
Tossing the hat to you. Tossing that to
all right,
you.
all right. So behind us, there was a couple, and we were so invested in their relationship, so invested to the point where one of us, Sally, followed her to the bathroom and kikied with her in there.
I did not follow her. I actually had to use the restroom, and it was a happy accident that she happened to still be at the sink.
We gained some intel from her, as well as the conversations that we were overhearing. Do you remember any of them?
So, upon first analyzation, it seemed they were on an early date, because at first they seemed a little stilted, but they soon got more comfortable. I remember at one point they were talking to the waitress and they had ordered, I think, their appetizer or drinks, and they were asking like her opinion on food, and the waitress said, "Oh, what do you guys like?" And the girl said, "We as in her and the boy, we like steak and, seafood, like all that stuff is what she said. And I was thought it was interesting that she had used the like we like, because up until this moment we had thought it was like maybe a first or third date.
Turns out he was her wallpaper.
Yeah.
So it was left unknown. However,
Sorry.
our waiter not only kicked us out,
No, for
but
real.
he like fully kicked us out just because we were
We paid
chit
and then sat there
chatting.
for half an hour.
We were chit chatting. Like he could have pulled up a chair,
He wanted to be a part of it.
but he did come in clutch because he recommended a very cute and cozy and intimate little bar for us, which we enjoyed.
The bar was called Anchovies, and it had a lot of fun knickknacks located throughout and on the wall. And it also had pretty good music. Like, it had a nice mix of songs, I think, and the vibe, which I was really happy about.
I remember hearing Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
they were with
one
it.
of your girls. That's not how the
So
song goes.
your
I'm so sorry.
homies.
Face card never declines. It's not like the lyric or something.
Um, so we come back and then we attempt to watch a movie in which all of us wind up falling asleep before the movie
Immediately passed
ends.
out.
Yes. Next day, oh my god, this was such a good day. The 31st.
One thing I'd like to point out about this trip is that these girls can lay. Now, absolutely, like, no shade. I was all for the relaxing morning, but I was the first one up every day, and I had to, like, will myself to stay in the bed until 10 a.m.
I was on vacation mode.
You were the second up. You're like me, and you were like advanced layers, but
Yeah.
Mason and Kate.
No,
Expert level.
I definitely woke up earlier and like went back I was on my phone and awake and I was just like, okay, I'm going to go back to sleep because nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I mean, I like that we kind of had not a busy start to the day and I still felt like we made the most out of our days.
Yes. How did we do that?
Cuz
this trip needs to be studied.
we like did enough each day
and
to the point where like
double lay time
and we were like out pretty late too. I mean, we went to bed on the 31st at like 4. But we weren't even back that late anyway. We were still just up and chit-chatting. Anyways, let's go to the 31st.
Yeah, sorry. So after we laid, we got up and we went to weekend cafe, which the food was really good. Like mine was
incredible. Mm-hmm.
The one like downside of this restaurant, I would say, is
the bathroom.
The bathroom, you have to walk through the kitchen and down to the basement where is their storage facility, and then there's the bathroom.
You gotta walk through the inventory to use the restroom. Yes.
And somehow we were there for probably like an hour. This whole time we were the only patrons to use the restroom. Which that's a little weird to me. Like maybe it's like when I eat, I just like drink so much liquid also that like I have to go. But like I couldn't like go to a restaurant and like not use the bathroom. I could not do that.
Well, I don't know if I can necessarily like agree with you here because you do use the restroom. You go to the bathroom more frequently. But that's also because you are more hydrated than I think most. Yeah. So
I think I also get scared of when I don't know the next time I will be able to use the restroom. So like I'll always use it in the location I'm in.
I think that's a very valid anxiety. I understand that.
Yeah. So weekend cafe, literally 9 out of 10 stars.
Delicious. And
just
our friend group, whether they like it or not, we do not we do not shy away from whipping out a deck of cards at a
Yes.
table. Half of our group hates it, but they still do it anyways, and I think it's just so beautiful.
I want to play that Four Corners game again. King, whatever. That was really, really fun.
King's Corner, yeah.
That was really fun. I can't wait to play it again.
So after brunch, we head over. Where do we go after brunch?
We went to Newbury Street.
Yes.
So we went to Newbury Street and we stopped in the shops. We went to Lush, didn't get anything.
We went to Lush and we tried these tablets, these toothpaste tablets.
You're not supposed to eat the toothpaste.
The problem is, no, there was something that you were supposed to eat.
You eat the mouthwash ones, which Kate and Mason ate. You ate the toothpaste.
I ate something else I was not supposed to eat, and it was so vile. It burned my throat, and it didn't even taste good.
It was not meant to be ingested, which is why it tasted vile. For reference, it's not Lush's fault.
Right.
Then we went to Glossier, where I got the Glossier U perfume and rollerball, and then I also got G Sweet, which is like a tinted lip balm type situation they have, which was awesome. Personally, I think. And then we went to
Sorry. I'm like, yeah, tell me more. I'm excited.
I'm trying to like make sure I'm not talking too much and like giving Trisha ample opportunity, but she's so enamored by my storytelling.
I'm so invested. I'm like, what happened next?
No, she's live
tell
on the
me.
podcast. She thinks she's listening. Then we walked to Anthropologie. We smelled every candle in that store. And then you're here to say "and then" to help build suspense. She's literally sitting there like giggling and nodding along.
I'm so excited to hear what happened next.
Next, we went to Tate Latte.
We went to Daddy's.
And it was truly a magical experience. That place was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
That is where we got our chunky pistachio lattes.
You know what that place reminded me of?
Gales.
So, yes, it did when I walked in. On the outside before I went in, do you want to know what it reminded me of? I didn't tell you this.
What'd it remind you of?
So, okay, you know Marylebone High Street?
Yes.
Picture it in your head coming from school.
Okay.
Right on the corner, there was a coffee shop. It wasn't like, I think it was Le
Pan
Yeah, I think it was Le Pan Quotidien, and it had like kind of like a wood interior and like a couple little plants. Like Tate really reminded me of that specific Le Pan Quotidien on Marlborough.
You know, Le
Street.
Pan's everywhere, right?
Yeah, I've never been in. Never even to this one in London I'm talking about, but I walked by it a lot. Like that exterior. Yeah. So if you want to go to Marylebone High Street, just walk to Tate Latte. Walk to your closest Tate Latte and visualize. Walk to Tate Latte and then close your eyes and visualize.
Oh my god. So after that, we walked through this park, and I actually really enjoyed the walk after this.
Me too.
It low-key felt like London just because, like, all around the park, the buildings were a lot shorter. Dogs were everywhere. The air was crisp. People were, like, making music. Were playing music. It was really nice.
I would definitely say, of all the places I've been to in the United States, like Boston is the most similar to London.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So after that, we kept walking to, it was Acorn Street, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we were there, going around the shops there.
We saw the oldest street in the United States, where Hamilton, sometimes they think they can still hear Mariah Reynolds yelling at him for trying to break up with her. He had an affair on his wife with this woman. Not in Boston. I'm making that part up.
But
You didn't like that one, did you? I thought I was gonna get a giggle. That's really embarrassing for me,
you
actually. Oh my
tried.
god. Oh my
It's okay.
god.
It's okay. Moving
Sorry,
on.
he's like,
We went to the store. No, we're gonna move on. Don't fret. We went to this store, this home store, and oh my god, I fear that our friends truly will never hear the end of this, but I regret not buying the spoon that I saw. Picking up a a utensil and it having the perfect weight is such a great feeling to me. Like holding it in my hand. Do you remember when we were in Glossier too, and it was that
yes, the
their
perfume
solid
you.
perfume, and I was like, this has a nice weight to it. Do you
Yeah, and
remember
I
me
thought you
saying that?
and I thought you said a different word.
No. But the spoon was the perfect size, the perfect weight. And it was literally only $7, and I don't know why I didn't get it, and I might make Mason go back. Oh, I got a smile from her. Okay. I have not been able to stop thinking about this spoon.
It's so funny because we then continued to see many other purse spoons that you could have
Ugh.
purchased.
No, but they weren't like that one. That was the perfect spoon.
My
Oh,
go.
no,
You
you
go.
keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say my favorite shop that we went into on that stroll was the like stationery one, like that paper stationery one.
Yes,
Yes, that was I think my favorite one. I had a really good time in that store.
that was a nice store. We forgot to mention that earlier in the day when we were waiting for the tea, we saw this crackhead
Oh,
screaming, saying they're talking about his mama's house, talking
he's
about
like
puss.
you been to my mama's house?
Yeah, and he's like, he is seeing something that we don't. He knows things that we don't know. This man is so. We are so far past this man. He is just like going on, like getting into it, whatever. We see him during brunch, okay, like right after brunch. Fast forward a few hours, a few train stops away on the complete, probably opposite side of Boston, essentially.
Yeah,
We see this exact man again talking about the exact same thing,
he's still talking about
yelling.
his mama's house.
He's still talking about his mama's house to someone who is
Who's
invisible to the naked eye. Like, he was just getting into it, just going off in front of a Starbucks.
yeah,
That was bizarre to me,
that was
truly.
crazy.
Fast forward some more. Where are we at this point? We are walking. We are walking across a bridge. Oh, I thought you were gonna
Did
go.
somebody like what are we talking? Wait, what do you want me to share about the bridge? What
I don't know. I'm just trying to
us
go through
making a
the day.
TikTok? The TikTok we filmed on the bridge?
Yeah, if you didn't see the TikTok yet, what are you doing?
For real. It was a good that was a good TikTok.
No, that was funny. We're funny.
Um yeah, so we walked across this bridge and filmed a TikTok. That might have been one of my favorite moments. Um then we got on the T again and to go back to Mason's apartment. And now I'm not sure if you guys could tell this because I think, you know, I'm not trying to be the one to cause the vibe change, but I was on the verge of a meltdown. I was on during that train ride. I literally was like,
Why?
"That's not for public consumption." But I literally was like trying so hard to
Wait. We'll
keep
cut it. We'll cut this out. Why were? What was wrong?
no. So I was like trying to keep it together. Like and like everyone knows this. Like, you don't want to be the cause of the vibe change. So I was like, okay, like, you need to snap out of it. You need to snap out of this. Like, let's get going. You know what I mean? So then when we got back, we played Egyptian Rat Screw and watched 10 Things I Hate About You. No, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and that snapped me out, woke me up.
With how much we did that day, or it doesn't really seem like a lot, but in like reality, it felt like a lot. And then to have that late time and just like chill
Mm-hmm.
time before getting ready was everything. And like
Yeah.
getting ready, playing music,
The
and we
New
were
Year's Eve dance mix.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Fred again. What you know about
Fred.
Fred?
Fred. No, Trisha, 2024 will
Is
be
our year.
the year we get to Fred.
It's the year we perform with Fred.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like I
You
literally
have to dream big.
I need that young man in my life so badly
Oh my god.
in any way, shape, or form.
Please. That's so funny. Um, another girl.
What?
Mason's playing pool and she fully goes,
What?
I'm surprised she didn't whip out a ruler
Oh.
and um something funny to note is that Mason doesn't have a long mirror.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful sight to see, to look around the room while I was getting ready with
Everyone's
the
phone is propped
girls.
up.
Everyone's
Everyone's phone.
phone is propped up. Mason has her laptop open. We're all like getting ready and singing and whatever. Oh, great. Great stuff.
Speaking of, this is like an after the fact thing because we took our photo afterwards, but I have not. Where's that photo of the two of us matching under Archie?
I have it.
You need to add it to the group chat, Mina, or send it to me.
I will. Remind
Okay.
me. Okay.
Cause that's because Trisha and I literally wore the exact same outfit on New Year's Eve, completely unplanned.
Completely unplanned. The only thing different was what we were wearing underneath, which is different colors, but essentially
The
everything else
same
was the
outfit.
same.
Yeah.
Exact same.
So for dinner, we went to this restaurant called Lucia in the North End, which I think must be like their Little Italy section because everything was Italian. And it,
You have to talk
yeah.
about the you have to talk about the how we got there.
Oh, how do we? Oh my God. We had a wonderful drive chauffeured by none other than Jamax, the Jamax, guys.
Guys, guys, to our Haitian demographic, to all our Haitian listeners, who wants to see him on the pod? Shit.
You got his number. You can text him to be on the pod.
Should I? Should I contact him? He was
Yeah.
everything. He had one of those Galaxy flip phones, so half the screen was his directions, the other half was his music video on YouTube.
It was a professional music video.
It was profesh. He was saying he was famous in Haiti.
I believe it. I believe it.
No, for real. I was getting jiggy in the front seat. You know what's something I'd like to know as well? I feel like, okay, have you ever heard that I don't know. Have you ever heard in friend groups of 3 there's always like that one person that's always going to walk behind
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about the friend that will like voluntarily sit in the front seat so the other friends don't have to. I would like to give myself on the pat on the back.
It's funny you say that because you've told me this like definitely on more than one occasion that you do it so like others don't have to. But I always think you want to. I'm always like Trisha wants to be up there.
No.
Yeah.
No, I always feel bad asking them to move because the first guy, oh my god, he was so messy. So I was sitting on his apples and stepping on his oranges. Like he had a whole grocery store in the front of his car. The whole produce section. But
that being said, I'm always gonna say, yeah, Trisha, you got this when you say you'll go to the front seat. Like I'm always willing to let you up there.
I mean, feel free to stop me.
Well, he's about to have 18. Sorry, he's about to have 22.
Oh my god. Wait, that's funny. Too bad no one can hear that.
So John Max, Mason just looked up on Spotify. He has 4 monthly listeners. So we're proud to announce that after this podcast episode drops, he's going to have 22 monthly listeners.
Right. Right.
So, okay. So John Max drove us to the restaurant and we went in and our table wasn't quite ready yet. So we had a wonderful meet and greet with none other than Paul Revere. Paul Revere was situated outside of this restaurant just for us. He knew we were going to be there.
He knew. And he was like, let me put on a show.
Mm-hmm. He and his horse were hip hopping around all night.
Mm-hmm.
So we had some nice photos and meet and greet with Paul Revere. Then we went to this restaurant, which overall was like fine. I don't know. I didn't like love it, but the food was so good.
The food was good. I liked the vibes. I liked the atmosphere. My drink was really good. We also sat by another couple who was on a date. Wasn't that interesting? However, we did sit by this large party.
Yes.
With this woman who winds up, or she was wearing these Ugg boots that look like yaks and this sequins coat. She gave us a wonderful piece of advice. Sally, would you like to share?
First of all, she took a photo of us. She took a photo of us and she takes Trisha's phone and Trisha like made a joke to her. She was like, yeah, we're gonna follow you to the casino. And this woman was like, no, sit down and pose for the photo.
She like yelled at me. I was trying to kiki with her.
She was like, no. So she takes the photo and she says, she takes it from like an upwards angle, like looking down, and she says, you always want to do that because then you lose 10 pounds. She said,
what's she trying to say?
She said, always put your weight on your front foot and never turn down a glass of wine. I'm 54. Bye.
That's how she exited the room.
She was everything.
She was everything. So after that, we kind of struggle a little bit because we were trying to find a bar that is poppin', has some good drinks, is lively but not too crowded. Bounce around a few places, and we wind up at this bar called
Libertine.
Which I really enjoyed.
I totally enjoyed it. I honestly think we lucked out. We lucked out with the personnel who were employed there.
The personnel, as well as like the music was good.
And the clientele.
The drinks were phenomenal. The clientele, yes. Hannah Meloche.
Hannah Meloche's dad was
Hannah Meloche.
He was in Libertine. And the reason we found out about this was this guy's standing up at the bar, and all of a sudden, like the whole bar and like the guys behind it are like, whoa! Like everyone like flipped out over Hannah Meloche's dad. And finally, we were like, oh my god, we need to figure out who that is. We couldn't like see his face, see if we recognized him. So the hostess girl was so nice. So we asked her, like, it's Hannah Meloche's dad. And I think it's so funny that she was kind of the one who noticed him. She said she looked him up and she was the one who thought he was familiar. So he was there. And then we tried to take that as a networking moment.
Did we seize the opportunity? No. But we were close.
We kind of did. So, okay, I think we need to... The goal here was to invite Hannah Meloche's dad and maybe via him, Hannah Meloche, on this podcast. We did never end up speaking to him. However, we told our wonderful new friend, Maeve. Shout out, Maeve.
To the staff at Libertine, to Maeve's boyfriend's mother, to the entire Libertine family.
To Tim.
If you guys would like to host our first live podcast,
yeah,
we would love to come back.
Yeah.
Pomegranate martinis for everybody. They were incredible.
So Maeve kindly got very excited about our podcast. She followed us on Instagram. She
Shout
was
out, Maeve.
everything. She was everything. And we said, hey Maeve, like we'd love to do a deal. Like maybe we'll follow Libertine, shout them out if they shout out Beanbag Banter. So she calls Tim over, Tim the bartender. And she said, yeah, Tim runs our social media. Let's chat with him. Tim says, no, I don't run it anymore. It's some other girl and she's not doing a very good job. So
Now you're putting her on blast right now.
not me, Tim. Like if Tim didn't want it out there, you shouldn't have told a bunch of podcasters.
Tim from Libertine, you're canceled.
So that's kind of where that like path of the night ended.
We leave Libertine, and this is where our group kind of splits. It's at this point where Mason and Catherine want to go to a more chill place. They want to possibly go home. They were excited about the 12 grapes tradition. Yes. And Sally and I were in a very much of a going out mood. It's New Year's. Let's dance. Let's have fun.
We're like, let's dance. Let's mingle.
Let's mingle. Let's network.
Yeah, every day is an opportunity to network.
This is a lifestyle.
We are hustling.
Please.
So while we're walking to try to figure out our next plan, we stumble across, and I kid you not, it was literally stumble across First Night Boston, which is their like New Year's Eve celebration. Like, oh, like this is fun. Let's hang out. Next thing you know, the announcer comes on stage and he's like, everyone, let's welcome Sammy Adams to the stage.
Sammy Adams.
Sammy Adams.
I know y'all know who Sammy Adams is.
For those that maybe don't, Sammy Adams is the singer of the hit song All Night Longer, featured in college bars across the United States every night. Like, and I'm talking, this is like a pretty big song, I'm pretty sure. No, like I never checked its streams, but it's huge.
It's
like,
huge.
So anyways, they say Sammy Adams is here, and we're like, well, we need to stay and listen all night longer. Like, we can't be here telling people we're watching Sammy Adams and not wait for all night longer. So we are standing there, we're listening to his music. It's pretty good. He's singing All Night Longer. No, not singing All Night Longer yet. But while we're like waiting, we're inching up to the front. We ask these two girls next to us if they'll take our photo, because we wanted to recreate a photo of Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kris Jenner. Anyways, we asked them to take a photo, and literally, I kid you not, Trisha says, hey, we take a photo of us. She goes, yeah, you want me in it? Like, she was everything.
Girl, you were everything, but also no.
Like, that's not what it was.
Just take a picture of me and my friends so we can move up. Thank you.
We did kindly take a second one where we let them be Paris and Kim.
Which is funny because I thought we should still be Paris and Kim.
It was
have
just
them be Khloe and Kris.
Yeah. No, like, what were we thinking? So anyways,
that
we have
was
this photo
weird.
with these two random girls. Then midnight hits. 2024, Happy New Year. We still have not heard All Night Longer. Next thing you know, Sammy Adams gets on the stage and says, I still have 28 minutes left. And I kid you not, this man is counting down the minutes. He was ready to be off that stage. He goes, oh, I got 11 minutes left. I got 8 minutes left. I got 3 minutes left. And then he goes, and at this point, we are barricade. We are barricade for Sammy Adams. And he plays All Night Longer.
I don't think I've felt as many emotions as I did at that very moment in so long. Hearing that song, like, throughout your entire college career, and then to hear it live right after you finish college with, like, 3 of your girlfriends, like, that is crazy. And you're, like, 10 feet away from Sammy Adams. It was insane.
And I think what's even crazier is it wasn't until an hour before that we even thought that was going to be a possibility for that day.
No, literally an hour before, we were still trying to figure out how we wanted to end the night. how we wanted to spend New Year's.
An hour before, we didn't even know Sammy Adams was in Boston.
We didn't even know he was from Boston until he was like, "Yeah, I'm from Cambridge."
And he said Cambridge, and everyone was like, yes!
Yes.
Um, Jinx. Yeah, so that was like, I honestly
Kind of
don't think I've even
insane.
processed that.
No. Yeah.
Um,
And then we met him backstage, kikied with him. He said he's
and
gonna
his
come
wife
on.
wished them a happy anniversary.
Yes. Happy anniversary, Sammy and
Andy, her name's Andy, Sammy and Andy. So then after that, we took the tea home because it was free.
which
And
was an experience within itself.
yeah. Yeah, like imagine you leave an unexpected Sammy Adams concert and then you go onto this train that we were on. We met Kyle from the business school.
Kyle from the
He was so uninterested in speaking with us. Can we talk about that?
No, he wanted to speak with us.
He was like, you said, hey, anyone in the business school? And he said, I'm in the business school. And then didn't speak another word.
No, he did. I just didn't look at him because he was asking me what the name of the school was.
Oh, that you want that. It's none of his business where you went to school.
Because I'm asking if anyone went to the business school, and we're by so many schools. Therefore, he's going to ask me which
school.
Yeah.
Just a school, Kyle. Kyle. Oh. And then we got
And there was this couple. The couple.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
They were nasty. All up on each other. Ooh, get a room.
Then we went home and we downloaded the TikTok app on Amazon's Fire TV, on Mason's Fire TV, and we watched Mason's For You page for literally 3 hours.
Honestly, I don't regret that at all.
No, that could have been one of my favorite parts of the night.
That was a lot of fun. I'm like, Mason is so brave for that too, because I feel like if it were my For You page on the screen, I'd be freaking out.
This is like the 5th time you've actually mentioned that, and I don't know why. Like, what's on your For You page you wouldn't want us seeing?
There's stuff on my For You page that I don't want to see.
You
know, my For You page is not for me.
Oh, I love my For You page, and I think everyone should have my For You page.
I'm happy for you.
So then we all went to bed around 4 a.m. The next day, we somehow laid in even longer. Eventually, I think like 10:15 rolled around, and I simply could not lay anymore. So I got up, took a shower, got dressed, packed, and then everyone else started to awaken. And then we went to Quincy Market, Faneuil Hall, ate, walked around. Then, oh, just wait. Then we went to the site of the Boston Massacre.
Sally had been patiently waiting for this all weekend.
It was everything. I was so pleased for that. It's like right in central Boston. You can go step on it anytime you like. I thought it was truly beautiful that they were having Sammy Adams perform Hit Song All Night Longer right on top of the Boston Massacre as we were there to see it happening. It kind of felt like a full circle moment for the history of our country.
You're everything.
Then, after that religious experience, it was sadly time to depart ways.
For Sally.
For
Sally
me,
had.
Yes, I left first. I was driving. I wanted to make sure I got home before it got dark out. And that's kind of where you want to pick up the end of your weekend.
We went back to Mason's. We hung out until we had to leave. Catherine and I took the train back, which wound up being delayed about an hour, in which we kikied at the train station, got a drink, played some cards, as we normally do, and watched Now You See Me together on the train ride back, kikied, and I came home at around midnight.
And that kind of brings us to where we're sitting here with you today.
Yeah. Here we are.
And here we are going to leave you as well. I think this might end up being one of our longest episodes.
So if you didn't make it this far, don't worry about it.
Before we go, I just need to say I did post on the story that I would talk about Dominic Sessa, and I didn't. So this is me talking about him now.
What do you have to say about him?
I just mentioned his name.
Oh, was that it? That's all you wanted to do?
I mean, I could say more, but I'm not gonna. I'm done. I'm truly done speaking. I think there's a gas leak.
What did you just say? You say there's a gas leak?
Probably somewhere.
In your home? Is there a gas leak in your home?
Maybe not. I need to get up from this podcast and see.
Sally has a gas leak to attend to, so we're gonna leave you here.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, before the
follow
gas
us on the
gets
social.
me.
Quick, she needs a suit. She needs a hazmat suit.
Follow us on social media at Beanbag Banter Pod. Listen to us wherever.
Quick, it's spreading. It's spreading.